What's up, lovelies? This is your girl Rochelle. Thanks for tuning in to another paycheck video. I am here to share my July paycheck number 2 budget with you. If you are interested in how we do a zero-based budget for someone who gets paid every 2 weeks using cash envelopes and sinking funds, then you have found the right channel. Well, let's dive right in. First, I want to share with you guys our numbers. So here we are with the income, which is going to be $57.86. So I have 5 categories, actually 6 categories today that I'll be filling. The first is savings, debt, fixed expenses, give, travel, and last but not least, sinking funds, which are broken down by electronic and cash. So under the savings category, $800 will go to our fully funding emergency fund. We are trying to save as quickly as possible so that we have an emergency savings that is fully funded to hold us in case we are without work for at least 3 to 6 months. Emergency fund, our regular emergency fund, which is a different account, is getting $100, and of course I participate in the 52-week challenge, so I will provide an update on that in our cash envelope section down below. Next, the debt. Now, if you have watched my Money Monday video from earlier this month, you know that your girl is consumer debt free. Well, these are some of the last payments that you will see, because instead of pulling the money from savings just to make a zero balance, we are using our active paycheck money so that we don't incur transaction fees and all that type stuff. So you will see numbers, but my credit cards are paid in full. I'm just making the last couple of payments to make sure. There were a couple charges that were still pending from buying anniversary gifts for my parents. Happy 37th anniversary to them. And just a couple of other things. So my husband's credit card, which he still has, this is his last credit card that we have to pay off, and then he will be consumer debt free, is a payment of $2,000 for this week. And then hopefully we're able to make one final payment by the end of this month so that he can be consumer debt free also. As usual, $640 is going to the mortgage and car, and my credit card is getting $11.19.27. Now, we do use a credit card just to make everyday purchases. I am holding myself accountable by putting it in this debt category so that I know the seriousness of paying it off in full every month so that I don't incur interest. Next up are the fixed expenses. Personal is getting a nice boost of an extra $200, I believe. Normally we put $215 to the side, and we split that per paycheck. And so I think my husband has been working so hard, and so I really talked to him and convinced him that he should have more money, and he, of course, he agreed. And so I will get $107, about $115 of this money, and the rest will go to him so that he has plenty of fun money. $200 will go toward groceries. Eva will get $40. We use an Apple card to pay for things like Apple Arcade. That totals $40. Tidal is getting $5.21. Greenlight is getting $4.99. Next category is giving. That's already been done from our savings account, so I didn't have to take it out of the check this month. Same goes for travel. I will share an update on this category later this month, so stay tuned for that. Last but not least is my sinking funds. So I'll fill these in. Let's see, did I fill in the others yet? Not yet. Cash sinking funds totaled $361.53. Electronic categories for this week, Uber is getting, let me grab my notes. Uber's getting 10. Family is getting $11.53, and gifts are getting 40. Now, you know your girl usually has gifts as for cash. But I noticed that a lot of my gifts have been electronic lately, and so I am switching most of our gift money to an electronic sinking fund starting this month. And this is the beauty of a budget, guys. When you have a budget, you can adjust it as life happens and you can make it your own. So don't ever apologize or feel sorry for deviating from your original plan at the start of the month. So for us, our original plan at the start of the month was to save as much as possible. But then once we crunched the numbers and made some sacrifices, we realized that we could become consumer debt free a lot sooner if we didn't contribute as much to savings this month. So we're going to do that. Only $800 is going to that emergency fund, and more is going towards debt just for this month, just to see if we can get rid of these credit cards, because guys, we're over the interest that my husband is paying. So your girl is consumer debt free as of July 6th. I am super excited. And now it's time to crunch these numbers. I didn't fill this in, but this is 6153. I'm a little all over the place because I'm just excited. Like, seeing all these numbers go down, there's just no better feeling. So to make sure we have the correct numbers, we need to add all of these numbers up and make sure that they equal 5786. So savings totals 900. Debt totals, let me grab my notes because I can't remember, y'all. I have to write everything down. Debt is getting 37.59 and 27 cents. This feels a lot like the old days before we had paused our debt snowball. Fixed expenses is going to get $7.65 and 20 cents. And then we have our total here. So now I'm going to quickly add these up and make sure that we're good. Okay, so the numbers are correct, but your girl was wrong the first time. You know why? You know why? Because I had 361.53 right here. That was an error, so I replaced it with another cute sticker and made it 300, which is what it should have been. And so total sinking funds came to 361.53. That's why you got to recalculate this. See, I saved myself some headache later on. So our final number matches our income, and that is 5786. So now let's dive in to the next part of this paycheck update. Okay guys, so I am back to stuff some envelopes. It is time. Let's jump right in. First, let's count this cash. So I should have a total of $300 to work with today. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. So $300, all 20s today. The struggle continues with having to use ATMs, but I'm just blessed to be able to use 20s. Now you'll notice my cash envelopes are forever changing, so let me tell you what I have going on here. So I'm repurposing this tips cash envelope because I'm participating in the 1s and 5s challenge. I'm just gonna hold myself to this as often as possible. So for this month, I am trying to save all the 1s and 5s that I possibly can. So here are the ones that I have so far, and a 5. I do have a couple more that I'll show you, but the reason I really want to participate in this is so I can give myself change and not have to keep depending on making purchases to get that change. And I want to save up and see how much I can come up with. So that I will sit to the side because I'm not adding anything to it right now. Next up, okay, your girl's going crazy. Look at me, y'all. More 1s and 5s. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to have 1 for the 1s and 1s for the 5s. 1 for the 5s. Your girl, she needs some help, y'all. And I will count all this up at the end of the month and see how much I was able to save. That's wild though. Look how it's getting thick, getting thick. 5s on the other hand, not so much. Okay, so those are out the way. Now let's start with this 52-week challenge. Now we said we're gonna add $100 this check. And so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 is going in here. And let's see how much we have now. I try not to touch this and add it up too often, but 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, $380. What? This is one of the few that I track. So we added 100, and just like that, your girl is out of the 2s and almost out of the 3s. I'm really trying to catch up. I know I have a ways to go to catch up, but I'm trying to. I'll show you what I'm doing in regards to this 52-week challenge. So I have not shared my update with you guys in a while, and it's time that we caught up. Okay. So let's grab our green marker and get these weeks caught up. Okay, so there you have it. Now you guys are all caught up on my 52-week challenge. Your girl has been making moves these last few pays. So I've been sharing the cash update of the 52-week challenge, but I hadn't been sharing the paper, but now you can see it. Now let's continue on. Okay, so these are the cash envelopes in my wallet that I actually carry on me. And let's see, first up, groceries is getting 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I've been watching so many videos lately, cash envelope videos, and I'm so glad when I see people counting the 20s the right direction. Let's see here, we still got some left over, so that's awesome. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60. So now we're up to 160. And I know that seems like a lot to be carrying around, but stuff is so expensive here in Hawaii. If you're new to my channel, we shop in Hawaii and it's expensive. Next up is tips. It's getting 40, 20, 40. And oh, there's still something left in tips, so that makes that 60. And that is it for this. Okay, last but not least are my regular cash envelopes that I pull from when we have to make purchases. So Fun and Micah. So Micah is getting 20, and you'll see it's empty. My husband bought his work boots. He bought them. So we're starting fresh. He's getting $20. This really works, guys. I was so happy to be able to just give him the cash. And the only other one we are filling here is Fun. Fun is getting the last 40. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I'm so happy this is building up nicely for when it's safe to do something again as a family. For now, we are taking advantage of all the budget-friendly stuff like the beach. And let me see if there's anything else. Okay, last but not least, this is my mini cash envelope that I keep in my purse for when we are out and about and we see someone who looks like they can use a drink, a bottle of water, or a cup of coffee or something. Just like a quick way without having to open up my purse that I can pull out some money. So this is where I have been getting my 1s and 5s from. I usually keep a $10 bill or less in denominations, 1s or 5s, and this is how I've been making change for myself. So I had $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 in here currently. I just restocked it last night from the 1s and 5s that I shared with you guys earlier. But I like this because I don't have to pull out my wallet. You know, you have to be careful nowadays pulling out money in front of people. So I like that I can pull this out, and worst case scenario, they take the whole thing. No big deal. So these are my cash envelopes for the 52-week challenge and the 1s and 5s challenge. So this will go back in my purse with my wallet. These will go in the back. Like so, like that. And that's it for the cash envelopes. I just quickly wanted to show you guys what I use to make sure that my numbers are all right. So if you aren't familiar with this layout, this is her Courage to Plan. This is just one small piece of the huge budget tracker set that you can purchase from her. This is for the month of July, and I like it because I can focus on my pay weeks, and I'm focused on 5 categories. This is what I care about, y'all. This is where I care about. What I care about. So week 1, you can see these were my expenses for these 5 categories, and it totaled $51.16. I did not put the planned numbers on here because I already have that on another budget sheet, but this way I can quickly look at my line items and make sure that I have a zero-based budget. So the only reason these numbers would be different is because I haven't added the cash envelopes that we stuffed from week 1, but that's no problem. Now week 3, I was able to spend $54.24 and 47 cents for week 3 in these categories. I used savings for give and travel so that I did not have to use it from this paycheck, because the goal is to try and put as much debt as possible, money towards debt as possible, so that hubby's credit card can get paid off this month too. And our sinking funds came to $361.53, totaling $57.86. So just another quick way to keep track of our budget and make sure that it is zero based, especially since you want to keep an eye on your budget when you are making active changes to it week by week. Well, that's all I have today, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another video, and the link will be in the description if you would like to see more. If you would like to see more cash envelope videos using a zero-based budget, then feel free to click the links on the screen or down below in the description or the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.